is listening. The name is Law Nation. Let's go. Come on. They really say ain't no party like a cowboy party. What about a Law Nation groove? Let's go. Let's get it. Be sure on your way in to hit that like button, smash the notification bell. Real for real. Come on. Let's go.
I imagine that right now you're feeling a bit like Alice. Tumbling down the rabbit hole.
Come on. Yo. Party like a cowboy party. Yo. Come on. That's the room fill up. Be sure to let a friend or a neighbor know where to go. They want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Come on. No doubt. Shout out to 105.3 The Fan. Shout out to 1310 The Ticket as well. Let's go. Turn me up. Come on. What's up, everybody, man? What's good with you guys? So thank you, each and every last one of you all, for tuning in. The name is Law Nation. We're going to talk Cowboys, sports talk, and football and beyond. On this episode, of course, we got into Saturday until we can really see some football, right? But for right now, the Dallas Cowboys will be practicing with the Chargers or what have you. And yesterday's practice was pretty good, according to most beat reporters and the people that was out there. And what we're going to do is we're going to listen in to a little bit of David Hellman. He was on 105.3 The Fan, and he gave his insights of what happened in practice. Shout out to those guys, and we're going to listen in, and then I'm going to give you guys my thoughts, and we'll have a full show from there. Is that okay with you all? Is that okay? Is that something you guys want to do? Is that something you would like to do, right? Let me know.
I mean, I think I could say this for every single practice that I've watched this year, but Micah Parsons, I'm writing about it right this second.
We're talking about practice,
Irvine
baby.
Starbucks. Like, the guy's a freak. He does everything, and he does it really well, and I thought he gave the Chargers fits all afternoon.
Well, Dave, was it something, because we saw a blitz where he went like a gap, I believe, on it and got a sack. Was it scheme stuff they were doing, or did you kind of feel like that there was some creative things, or was he just straight being a beast today?
I don't think these practices are super heavy on scheme. Like, you're not trying to completely flummox anybody. I just think you want to get good looks. So, I mean, it wasn't anything we haven't seen him do before. He did, yeah. He had the sack. I think he went up against Larry Roundtree, the backup running back for LA.
Yeah.
He wound up on a back, and it was just game over. But, I mean, he had a sack coming off the edge. I got a video of it on my Twitter account. He beat the backup tackle around the edge and, like, slapped Herbert on the chest, kind of just like to say, like, hey, just in case there was any doubt, I won this rep. Like, this play is over. I thought it was really funny. Just kind of gave him a love tap. But, I mean, he was in coverage as well. Like I said, I mean, It's all the same stuff we saw him do in Oxnard against his own team, but maybe it's just a little more fun to see him do it against somebody else.
Did any part of you, Dave, feel a little bit bad for Anthony Barr having to chase Austin Eckler all the way down the sideline at one point? I'm sure that was like, dang it, my first day back and I got to run with Eckler 40 yards down the field. This is not fair.
Yeah. Well, welcome back to football after taking the offseason off. Go do 7-on-7, which is inherently unfair to the defense anyway. And, oh, by the way, cover the best receiving back in football. Yeah, I thought that was a little rough. And, I expect Anthony Barr to lose that battle 10 out of 10 times. So, bad draw there for Anthony.
Did you see him? Was he doing anything else, though? Like, did we get to see him rush the passer or anything like that?
I mean, he was out there. He did practice. I'll be honest. I draw a blank on how much he did in the full team. I think he was on a little bit of a pitch count. They're not just going to throw him in there and have him do everything. I couldn't tell you a true highlight that I saw. But again, yeah, I don't think they were asking him to do a ton on the first day back.
David, a lot of focus has been on the offensive line and how it plays out or how it's going to play out with the reps. Tyler Smith, first team left guard today, or was it Connor McGovern?
Okay, so I'm going to be very upfront with you right off the bat, Brian. You know how this goes. I mean, It's basically two practices happening.
So you were on two different fields is the problem. Yeah.
I made up my mind right off the bat. I was like, all of the star power is over here on the Dallas defense field.
Okay.
Like, I want to see Parsons, I want to see Diggs. Although I will say, but I did manage to look across the field, and I know Connor McGovern was working with the first team today.
Gotcha.
He did take first team reps. So, but I'm not going to be super helpful talking Dallas offense with you today.
Okay, then. So your Dallas defense, then Bland had a really nice game against the Broncos.
No doubt.
With no Jordan Lewis today, did that kick Anthony Brown inside at nickel, and did Deron Bland play on the outside?
No, it was AB doing a lot of stuff on the outside. I don't remember AB being in the slot. And I mean, I think Jordan did hurt his hammy today, but he was out there. Jordan practiced. Yeah, he practiced a lot today. So if he did ding his leg up, then it happened toward the end of practice. So I mean, it was a lot of AB on the outside. Jordan was in the slot. I think Deron Bland was primarily a nickelback. He had a nice breakup in one-on-ones today. Nothing super stands out from team period.
No doubt, no doubt. So that was 105.3 The Fan. I really appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. All right, so as we talk about this, be sure to click that link. I just put it in the chat there. That's for 105.3 The Fan. If you want to listen to the full interview, just click there, and they will appreciate it. Go over there and get the clicks up over there. Shout out to 105.3 The Fan. All right, so he brought up our guy, Deron Bland, and I really, really, really like the kid. He's 6'1.5", and he is a speedy guy, 4'4", plays with good physical size, and he also mentioned Parsons. All right, and Parsons is pretty much unstoppable at this point. I do like what Parsons brings to the table, Cowboy Nation, and I can't wait to see this lineup with Parsons and as well as D-Law and Sam Williams. We've seen what Brian Baldinger said about that part of it, and I can't wait. My only reservations now is a little bit on the wide receiver because it's the unknown,
Don't have evidence that something does exist does not mean that you have evidence that something doesn't exist.
And that's the only thing. It's a wait and see type of moment. And trust me, I can't wait to see it. And we all can't wait to see the wide receiver play. That is a big, big thing that we will see week one. Unfortunately, Dak Prescott uses the Watch. Ooh, I got to talk about Zeke right quick. Look at Zeke on the screen. Boy, he showed no mercy on that guy. And Ezekiel Elliott, let me get to this point right here. The quarterback for the Cowboys organization and franchise, Cowboy Nation, we will not see him until week one, right? So there will be no already pre-existing established connection to those guys. And before you guys put that butter knife down, before you guys shank me with it or try to, keep in mind this is different from last season. He already knew who Cedric Wilson was. He already knew Michael Gallup. He already knew Amari Cooper. We already seen him try to establish the relationship with CeeDee Lamb. And CeeDee Lamb had alligator arms last year, right? And on some passes on that first game. You guys remember? It was a big third down play and he didn't catch the ball. So now we're heading into this season, and I'm not saying that it's time to press the panic button, because it's not time to press that button. Get your hands up off of it. But what I'm trying to tell you guys, that there's another button, a realistic button out there. And when you press that button, things should be like, okay, all right, it's going to take time for these boys to gel together. And that is the thing. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Let me put your comments up on the screen. I really appreciate you guys. Yeah, that still works. So this Cowboys team, heading into this season, this offseason, this offseason that's going on now, training camp is no longer offseason. Training camp, the practices, maybe they are staying after practice and throwing the ball around. Things that we don't know, that we are not able or privy to see, things that they do when the cameras are off. But there is a great deed of, hey, these boys better be ready. These boys better make sure, because every game is important for you to be gaining some type of leverage, some type of knowledge to the situation. Word is CD got stitches in his toe. This is from Todd Cook. Yeah, and another injury. Shout out to my guy Defy. Defy Talk Cowboys on Instagram. That's my guy. It's my homie. Y'all be sure to check him out. Trust me, when they elevate me, I'm gonna reach out and we're gonna elevate together, because he's been doing an unbelievable job. So be sure, if you're on Instagram, check out Defy Talks Cowboys, and man, I'm telling you, you guys will get a unfiltered, true updates of all Cowboys information and news around the NFL. All right, so and anything that I kind of do, I kind of double check with him to make sure it's valid, right? Because he'd be on the money. And the injury to my guy that you was talking about, CeeDee Lamb, he had stitches in his toe. I don't know if it was his pinky toe, his big toe, his middle toe. I don't know if his right leg or left leg, but he getting the stitches. He got stitches in there. Maybe, uh-oh. I know what it is. I know what happened now. Maybe it was when they shot that doggone commercial, you know? Had the man dragging them all over the field, running crazy routes. Maybe one of those ladies, I'm just playing. Y'all know that commercial was shot way, way, way far in advance, right? But we got to have CeeDee Lamb out there week one. Almost sound like a broken record. We need CeeDee Lamb out there week one. Matter of fact, we need the momentum week one, week two, week three. We need that momentum. And trust me, it's not about win or losing. It's about how you perform out there week one, too. Just because you win or lose in week one doesn't mean that you will go to the Super Bowl. But you can take some of that hard work that you put in during the off-season training camp, preseason, and merge it together, right? Right? So that's how I look at it. I could be wrong, Cowboy Nation. I could be 1,000,000% away from the truth of that, right? You know, who am I to say that? But those are my thoughts and my opinions of the matter. Now, far as my guy, CeeDee Lamb, this is a big year for him. Zero excuse business, right, Cowboy Nation? And we need CeeDee Lamb to step up and be that guy. Now, far as the other guy, let me talk about him. Number 2, Jordan Lewis. I think that on the back end with the secondary, I don't think that we are any no, he had 3 interceptions last year, 2 sacks. Shout out to Jordan Lewis. Passer rating when targeted was right at 80-ish. So he was pretty good last season for us. He had an interception, by the way, in that Tampa Bay game. If he was a little patient If he was a little bit more patient with his return, he could have ran it all the way back. But the whole mindset of Jordan Lewis, I think that a lot of you guys are not worried at all, right? You can kick Anthony Brown inside, and then you can squeeze D-Ron or my guy Deshaun or Kelvin Joseph, who had a pretty solid day out there in practice yesterday. So I think that we're okay. Shout out to you, Dak Ben Sharp Taylor. Appreciate you. Hangnail is a hangnail. Jeffrey, yes, his man is out for a hangnail, right? And, of course, they talked a little bit about number 51, who is Anthony Barr, the other AB. We got two ABs on the team now. One of the things, I was strolling through Cowboys pictures here, and let me pull this up. Shout out to Cowboys.com. They had this beautiful picture, beautiful display, man, of Barr and Parsons. 51-1-1, right? 5-1-1-1-1, right? Is however you can make that ring. And those two boys right here, the older knowledge pouring out and giving wisdom and knowledge to the younger guy, right? And we talked about this before with the Dallas Cowboys. You need to have that handoff, right, of one person who played at a high level. Not saying that Anthony Barr ever played at Parsons level, because I believe Parsons is an alien. He's from the another galaxy. You know, he's not from this realm. For what we can see from that guy of that size, running a 4.3 and just physically strong, right? We need to have that handoff, though, right? So as much information as Barr can give Parsons in this bridge opportunity, all is granted here, right, Cowboy Nation? I don't think anybody would disagree, right? Yeah, I truly believe this. Law, the minor CeeDee injury should be a warning sign. Oh, my gosh. Ooh, you switched it back over on me, William. You switched it back over, right? Law, the minor CeeDee injury should be a warning sign that we need to sign another wide receiver. God forbid if CeeDee had to miss a regular season game or two. Woo! Hey, William, you made a great point. Why? Why is this a warning sign? Because in life, there are things that give you warning signs before it happened. The world will reveal to you, right? Hey, you need to check this out. Your check engine light come on, right? Your gas meter, it say, hey, 90 miles to empty, right? 25 to empty. Some people say, man, they be riding their whip. I know how mine is, man. I can get down to 2 miles to empty, and I know where that gas station is at to fill up, right? But the craziest thing, you may know what you need to do, but how the world perceives it is that the world will still attack you regardless. It don't care about your mishaps, your misfortunes, your shortcomings. The world still spins, right? Or the sun still goes around, however you guys believe in that part of it. Not going to get into conspiracy talks over here. But the world will still give you those. That's why I tell people over here on my channel, it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. There are people that got an interview tomorrow and they got a quarter of a tank or they got a teaspoon of gas, in their car, and they say, you know what, I can gas up in the morning. No, you gas up now. No, you iron your outfit now, so you can be prepared for tomorrow's interview. You just never know. This is life I'm talking right now. You never know what is around the corner. They may give you a call and say, hey, Tim, we need you to show up to the interview 30 minutes earlier. Right? We the other candidate exit out of his interview, but we really see you as a strong candidate and we need for you to come in earlier, right? And now you scrambling, you worried, your suit is wrinkled. You need gas, you need to stop get gas. And how the world works, it's thundering and raining, that day. Woo! Oh man, Ken Hart says, Law, let's say we attack the season with superior run game and defense. What free agent running back are available for a three-head monster? Let me reread that. Let me make sure I'm reading right. Let's say we attack the season with a superior run game and defense. What free agent running backs are available for a three-headed monster? Oh, I don't know, man. Ken, I appreciate you for your donation. I definitely don't know the answer to that question. Maybe somebody in the chat can. I try, but I don't know it. But I'm not going to lie to kick it to you. Yeah. AB to the Cowboys, never mind. Shout out to you, madman. Yeah, well, the whole thing is with that is that you talking about Antonio Brown, there'll be 3 ABs. There's too many ABs on the team. Antonio Brown is the definition of accident waiting to happen. That is, right? I'll never forget he did some crazy things in front of a doctor's face, right? And he stripped out all of his clothes against the Jets, Tampa Bay versus the Jets. And that only made headline news for like a couple of seconds. But in Dallas, it will be a lifetime. It will be the Cowboys, Antonio Brown's problem, and it will never go away, right? Like, people never talk about T.O. of the Eagles or T.O. of the 49ers, nor the Cincinnati Bengals or Bills, whoever he played for. But they talk about the T.O. of the Dallas, right? Everybody forgot about the other T.O.s, right? But they only remember the Dallas Cowboys T.O. Jay Bird says, 31 says Noah Brown will be the next proven guy. Look, Noah Brown had an unbelievable training camp so far, right? He had some spectacular catches, but I'm ready to see Noah Brown in a live game, right? And I'm not throwing any salt or shade at him. T.O. is out there, Karen slaying. Yeah, I saw that video. I was going to repurpose it over on YouTube. But I was like, nah, I ain't going to want to bring all that Karen energy over here, man. Shout out to the Karens, though. The real Karens, not those type of Karens, though. I don't want the people to be talking about that, But neither here nor there. What the Brady situation, I haven't heard too much about Brady outside that he took a week off or something like that. AB cannot be any worse than the owner. Give me a break. This is from Asmodeus. Yep. Speaking of that, we had some news earlier. Let me see if I can get it over here. And I really appreciate you guys so much. All right. The suspension for Eastside Harold, former quarterback of the Texans, will now be 11 games. And the Browns, Deshaun Watson, the settlement include a fine of $5 million that will go to charity. You know what? They need to open that up for Law's Charity, feeding the people. That's going to be the name of my charity group. And I'm going to see if I can enter into some of those NFL fines since they are so generous with their donations to help elevate the nation, right? Deal still is not signed yet, but it is agreed to. This is breaking news, right? About an hour ago. All right, so I'm glad you brought that up because my guy Douglas, he put out there Deshaun Watson's equals 11 games, $5 million. Robert Kraft equals nothing. And I hope you guys understand that.
You get nothing.
So the thing is, they need to do the same. Something is wrong with this picture. Here's the thing. Deshaun Watson is a multi-millionaire, right? Robert Kraft is a multi-billionaire, right? His name is on the checks, of most millionaires' checks, right? So just as far, I got to say this, just as far as a thousandaire, I think a majority of us that's watching right now, thousandaires, we thousandaires. Just as far as a thousandaire is from a millionaire is just as far from a billionaire, So, and there are certain rules that's put into place that they don't have to adhere to, right? Now, the law is still the law. I ain't gonna even break down that part of it. But there are certain rules and windows and opportunities that some people are not privy to. And trust me, Robert Kraft got some money longer than Shaq feet. Yo, you guys know how this thing goes. $1,000-aires. $1,000-aires, baby. Well, that's what we are, baby. But well, I know I got a couple of millionaires like William and Keith Floyd. He's a millionaire here, man. Shout out to you, C. Burleson. I know he's a millionaire too, man.
But honestly, and like I'll be honest, like I wanted to see Herbert. I thought the Chargers were going to bomb away on these guys today.
Sure.
And other than maybe the Eckler, like the one we just talked about, the Eckler bust in 7-on-7, like I don't remember the Chargers getting a ton of long completions.
As Motor said, he 100-air. Where my penny-airs at, man? Where my penny-airs at? Where my penny-airs, man? 10-cent airs, Hey, the value of saving and keeping money, man, is very important, Cowboy Nation. And hopefully when I'm gone, I know when I'm gone, I'll be a multi-millionaire. But for right now, man, we representing hard out here, man. Pennies in this joint, baby. C. Burleson said he's broke. And you know how they say the person that's rich or wealthy, they always say they broke. He wear the same jeans and the same shirt every day, but he's balling. C. Burleson, man, I appreciate you, man. I saw that bread one day, man. You got some bread over there, C. Burleson. Him and William. See, William, those are the two we got two multi-millionaires in the house, man. They just acting like they are broke to hang out with the common folks. But that's okay, man. I appreciate you, man.
For a few bucks, Keenan Allen had a really long reception where somebody just lost him. Like there was a miscommunication where he was just all by himself. But, like, as far as stretching the field, Herbert was either checking down or not completing his long attempts, like, all day. I think, like, one of the last reps of practice, he went after Diggs on a go ball, and it bounced out of bounds and fell incomplete. And I think that was kind of the story of the day is, for such an explosive offense, I didn't feel like the Chargers put together a ton of explosive plays.
It's David Hellman, Fox Sports Cowboys Insider with you here on The Fan. Dave, can the Cowboys take another big step defensively and try to lead the league in points allowed? Is that a realistic goal for this upcoming season?
No, we ain't going to talk about that. But I could tell you guys, man, shout out to my guys once again on 105. Darius, man, what's good, man? I knew I saw somebody in there. I was trying to check it out. Darius, you live?
Yo, what's happening, man? I wanted to ask you was, what is your criteria on judging if a head coach is good or not?
Woo! Criteria. First and foremost, the number one is discipline. Number two, because you can't do anything if you're not disciplined, right? You got to have the fear. Like, I feared my coach, man. I knew that I had to be on practice before it was time because my coach literally said, if you're on time, you're late, right? So that was an old philosophy. My coach used to have those windbreakers on, that blow in the wind, and he never allowed him. He had the bucket hat, and it don't matter. It don't matter, man. It could be 100 degrees outside. He gonna have his shirt. He gonna have the windbreaker tucked into those windbreakers, suits or what have you, and then and have the whistle, But he put the fear in me. But he was also the father for me, He told me the right and wrongs. He told me, so the discipline. He would take time and tell me, son, it's not about how many women you can gain. You know what I'm saying? Stop dissipating. I need for you to be on practice at time. I seen you over there with her. And I seen you over there with her. You see what I'm saying? So,
Ashaniqua
and Keisha and them. Shout out to them. True ladies, by the way. I just play with you. But discipline is number one. Number two would be respect. Like when you think of Bill Parcells, he's well respected, right? There are some questions that the media wouldn't even try to ask him, right? If not, he would shun them. You see that sometime with Bill Belichick. He gets the respect when he enter into the room. You as a head coach got to be the alpha male. You got to command not just these young alpha males that's in the locker room, but you got to be the biggest and the baddest dog that's in there to look Micah Parsons in his eyes and say, hey, mess up again, watch what will happen to you. To watch CeeDee Lamb, I don't care if you got to cut the foot off. I need for you to be in practice. I want to see you doing some catch drills on the side. Sit down in the chair and we'll have the doggone, so what your feet got to do with your hands? I want to see you catching balls all day. So my criteria is more of an old school coach, not the new age coach, and I could be 1,000,000% off, man.
Okay, so you said discipline and respect. Okay, so my thing is, like, I don't understand how Coach McCarthy is so polarizing, like, amongst the Dallas Cowboys fan base, because it's like everybody kind of sees that he's not it. Swagoo see it,
right.
Ryan Clark see it, Jesse Holly see it, Isaiah Stanback. Everybody who's played the game sees Mike McCarthy is not it. But when I be looking in the chat, it's like, oh, we like Mike. Oh, how?
Because we asked for it. We said, bring us any coach. Give me anybody but Jason Garrett. You remember I did a video on that. I said, bring me anybody. I should have been specific with my doggone request with that,
For real.
Sometimes y'all need to ask with what you really, really want. Don't be asking for the small things. It may happen. But is Mike McCarthy better than Jason Garrett? Is would you rather have Jason Garrett back?
I would take Mike McCarthy over Jason Garrett. Oof. But
why you had to put the Megan Stallion in this thing? Why you had to put the booty up in here? What's up with that?
I mean, I would take Mike McCarthy over Jason Garrett, because we had enough with Jason Garrett, but right now we haven't enough of Mike McCarthy because he's just not it. That's number one. Number two, I feel like how God told Abram to leave where he's from in order to get to where God is trying to take him. I think Kellen Moore is gonna have to do the same thing with the Cowboys. In order for Kellen Moore to grow, he's gonna have to go. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like that he's gonna be able to fully reach his fullest potential. That's number two. Number three, I'm not. Listen, when I was asking you about the camera stuff, I'm not trying to take your job, brother. Like, I'm not.
Oh no, man!
I wouldn't try to.
Look, man. You can have the same set of equipment and everything the same, but there's only one
I'm not
law.
law, Nate.
You're not law. So
I'm not law. This what I was asking for that information for. It was strictly for you know what I'm saying, my family, and just for personal use. You know what I'm saying? It didn't have nothing to do with that. But yeah, man, that's just how I kind of feel, about Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore, man. And
but let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this. So you asked information about the equipment, right? And you went out and probably did your own market research, because that's what we call it over here on my side of the world, market research. You might have did your own market research on it, right? And then you did the price points, and then you may go out there and get it. So you have already a mindset of what need to be done from what was told to you, right? But what if someone else said, nah, Darius, you can't get this. You got to go get X, Y, and Z. Do that makes you a different type of person? Do that makes you not a person that's willing to go out there to get it done and do everything that's necessary? But when the person that controls the person that controls everything is pretty much saying, no, you got to use a Android phone. No, you got to use the Walmart Great Value brand of cameras. You can't use the Sony. You can't use such and such. That is what Mike McCarthy is going after. You know what I'm saying? He is painted into a corner. There are things that he is not in control of. Even though he may know the recipe to it, he's not able to do it, because as above, so below. He got powers that's above him that tell him what to do. And we know that's how it goes.
Yeah, and even like I feel like with the coaching on any level, it can be Pop Warner, it can be Little League, middle school, high school. Like it's certain coaching styles that you can kind of tell that gets the most out of your players. Like even like on a Little League team, a coach that just kind of stand back and he just looked like a head coach and he just like kind of he just got the look of a head coach. That versus a coach that's in the trenches with the kids. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get a different result out of them. Like you the one that the coach that's in the trenches with the kids, that's probably let me not even say probably. That is the better coach.
Yeah.
Because he's literally physically in the trenches with you, and he's showing you the technique. He's showing you how to do this. He's walking you through the steps. Versus the one that's just sitting back, just looking. Get over there. Run over here. Don't do that. Don't. Bruh, that's kind of what Mike McCarthy is, and then you can kind of tell that's Mike McCarthy and that's Dan Quinn, and you clearly see which side of the ball is better. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of how I feel about that, man.
Well,
I ain't gonna take up too much time.
I truly commend you on that. Yeah, when you think of Dan Quinn, you see him more involved with the defense or what have you, and being with those guys, and he took less and made more out of it, right? With Mike McCarthy, all of the money is on the offensive side, and we kind of see a lot of hiccups. But if I'm Mike McCarthy, I'm standing tall on the table and saying, yeah, Dan Quinn did a lot with less, but his defense was ranked 12th. Mine was first on offense in total points and yards. What are you talking about, right? So those are things that Mike McCarthy still can say, and he can literally say, hey, and you guys are not giving me full range to take over because you got Kellen Moore in the wings. So I'm going to let him do, and I'm just going to delegate.
I see, man. I mean, I get it. I understand, but it's just, I understand. I get it, but it's just like in those key moments. If you know what I'm saying, if your offense was a true number one offense, we should have beat the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? If it was a true number one, if it actually was that and not just look like that on paper.
True that.
You know what I mean? So it's just and then he's not the one calling the plays anyway.
Right. He ain't doing right. But we asked him to take over the play.
You calling it, right?
Yeah. You're right, Darius, man. Shoot. Hey, I got no issues. Well, I do have issues with how we finished, right? And I do have issues with the 14 penalties. Just think about it. If we contextualize it all, if you take away the 14 penalties, do we win that game?
Definitely. I think so. We gave up the whole length of the field in yardage. I think so.
There we go. So that's what we waiting on now. Is for this team to remove the penalties, hopefully.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you calling
all right,
in,
man. It's all love.
No doubt.
All right,
man.
I appreciate it.
All right, bro. Salute. That's a good call from Darius, man. And it goes all the way back. Do causations equates correlations, right? Or it does not equate correlations, right? Because when we look at this, Cowboy Nation, look at the list of coachings that we have. The Cowboys ranked in penalties by coaches plus tenure. Shane Gailey, he only been here for 2 years. Second in the NFL in penalties. Campo, 5-11, 5-11, 5-11, 3 years consecutively, right? Now, I can poll you guys, and we can go left and right, but there should not be a single person saying, hey, man, give me Shane Gailey over Mike McCarthy because Shane Gailey, at least he was ranked 13th in penalties. No. I don't think none of you guys would say, yeah, man, give me Shane Gailey over, or give me, my bad, give me Dave Campo. Give me Dave Campo over Mike McCarthy. And Bill Parcells. You had Wade Phillips, Jason Garrett. Well, when we look at it and we contextualize it all, you see 9.5 years with Jason Garrett. I went over this on the previous show. Those are a lot of years, man. That's a long stay. That's a long stay. And if I'm a betting man, if we look at Mike McCarthy, we see those 2 years on there. He got literally this year to make it happen based off of historical data. when Jerry Jones don't like you and he's really not all sold into what you delivering, Max is the 4th year, right? And Parcells kind of walked away, but we know what really happened with that Parcells situation with Terrell Owens. Right? Come on, Cowboy Nation. And just think of this right here. If the Cowboys and Jerry Jones stayed out the way, there's not a person on this planet that can convince me that if Parcells was here for at least 4 more years, right? You know what I'm saying? 8 years, that there's not a Lombardi in there. I don't care how much Homer y'all can tell me, how much Kool-Aid, but if you had Parcells for 07, maybe 08 and 09, there's a Super Bowl in there. Think about the disciplinary that happened. 25th. God dog, boy, this just hit me so good right about now. 25th ranked in less than a year's time. The discipline went out the roof. The responsibility went out the roof. In the course of less than 3 years. Boy, shoot. Y'all, ooh. 316, my God, the movie star, you live.
Hey, Law, what's going on, man? What's going on?
Nothing to achieve.
Man, I got a question for you based upon how hyped you was about being Danucci.
Danucci.
Yeah, Danucci.
Danucci.
So, question. Do you think with this team that Danucci could get us over the hump?
I think that
God forbid if something happened to Dak.
I'm about to say, without
God
Dak
forbid
Prescott.
if something happened to Dak, let's bypass Cooper Rush.
That's our season without Dak, man. Come on, but talk to me.
but I'm saying, would it be our season without Dak? Because listening to you and watching Danucci, I'm a believer.
You believe? No. What I was saying is that Danucci still got a lot. I'm talking about tons of things that he got to work on. But what I was trying to say is basically, why give those quality reps to Cooper Rush? Right? I would rather for this team to literally look at this thing, pump the brakes. They got too many quarterbacks out there. Get rid of one of them, maximize his reps so he can have more chances at it, right? Maximize
because he did look good.
He did look good, you know.
And I like the fire in him, but when he got after the rest, I mean, you know, that's what you need on the offensive line. I mean, that's kind of Dak-ish.
Right. And there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with Cooper Rush, by the way. But what I'm saying is that just basically X him out of the picture and have a rotation of Will Greer and Ben DiNucci, because we've seen the Cooper Rush era with this team, right? But to each his own, man. I could be 1,000,000% off on this, man, and people ready to pull out the butter knives right now, you know?
Hey, guys, put your butter knives up. Put the butter knives up,
man. Yeah.
Last thing, man, I tell you, I swear to God, I listen to you every day just to hear one part of your show.
What's that?
And that's breaking news from Monty. Yo, I swear, man, that makes my day every time you play that. But no matter what happens throughout the day, that just brings me pure joy.
And
I want you to know that.
You can imagine, man, you know, he woke up that morning, you know, he went and got his favorite jersey. He done went and got the
he was gassed up.
You know, he done got the batteries.
He was gassed up.
He was probably talking
he
Donkey
just
Kong.
knew.
He just knew it.
And that old girl set him up.
Oh, she a Cowboy fan, man. I bet you she had Cowboy lingerie on up under there, man.
She was mad that she had to go up there and then say, you know what? I'm gonna get the biggest Eagle fan, and I'm finna make him eat this.
That made
and she was back there with a smile on her face, a little smirk.
With a smirk. And then she know it. 'Cause
Yeah.
she was like, "You crying?"
Right, it was the way she said it. Hold on.
I tell my wife,
you're a grown man. You're a grown man. And you're crying.
You crying. I told my wife, I said, "Baby, that got to be the sexiest voice of all time. You crying,
Man. Yo, that is my favorite. I swear, bro. Every time you play that, it just boosts my day. It boosts my day.
gosh,
Thank you. That because I got two Eagle fans, friends of mine that I mean when they won the Super Bowl, man, they talk so much trash.
Man.
Oh my God, they talk so much trash.
Oh.
And now I just send them the Monty clip like every other day.
Every other day, like you crying.
Every other day I just send it to them. Or like, y'all got the Super Bowl off, but since then what? Here, let me remind you, Monty.
It has been 5 years now. You see how fast years go by?
Yeah.
5 years, man. That was 5 years ago.
They go by fast, don't they?
They go by fast. I'm trying to let them know, man. Shoot, y'all got it out of the way. But then it's funny because most of the time they say, well, Law, why y'all still see Cowboy fans always in the past? Well, keep talking. And then they say, well, at least we won the Super Bowl in 2017. That was in the past, wasn't it?
Right. Like it wasn't this past year, was it?
Right.
You didn't win the current Super Bowl, did you? No, you didn't. So, but they really just hate us because we got that moniker of being America's team.
Yeah, it's
you know what I mean? And I remember the old ESPN films.
Yeah.
Steve Sable and all them guys.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I know the whole story behind it. But I was also born into being a fan. My mama was a Cowboys fan.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's good.
You know what I'm saying? So my whole household was Cowboy fans. I had no choice. But then I was in high school during the 90s. So, the starter jacket and the championship jackets came out. It was all good.
Yeah, that starter jacket that Jimmy Johnson wore, huh?
Yes, that Jimmy Johnson one.
Man, I
See, real Cowboy fans know.
I said, man, Santa Claus better have that starter jacket. I'm coming to the North Pole. I'm getting that one. I want
big
that
old
one.
pocket in the front. Oh, man.
The little pockets in the front with the snatch up. You can put extra stuff. Yes. They don't know about that, man. Shoot.
Man, listen. Every true Cowboys fan got to have one of them in their closet.
Man, I don't have one.
They got to have one. And if they don't have one, go get one. Because when our time comes back, and it's coming around.
Yeah.
We on the right track. It's coming around. I'm busting mine out.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if I can find a 1994, 95 starter jacket. 93 starter jacket, 92, 93 starter jacket. And I'm going to see if I can find one, man, because I definitely don't have mine anymore.
Oh, man. Then I'll be on the hunt, too. And I'll be on the hunt too, man. You know what? If I find one first, I'm gonna send it to you so you can do it as a giveaway.
Oh, okay, cool. I appreciate that one, man. If you can find one,
Already,
if anybody
man.
out there can find one, I definitely couldn't be. I wouldn't be able to fit the one I wore. That was a long time ago. I can only look at it.
I'm still the same size.
You did the same size, man. I didn't even have facial hair that much, you know.
In high school at 6'2", 315.
Oh wow, yeah, dog. Shoot.
So I'm 6'4", 330.
Yeah, dog, man, you big bow, man.
Oh man, yeah, play both ways, offense and defensive line. So
yes,
D tackle, O tackle.
No doubt, man. Look, man. You doing the big things, man, on the shows, man. Plug your shows, man, so people know where to see you, man.
Okay, so right now, PPP Loan is still the #1 trending comedy on Tubi. Surety is rising up. It's now the #1 dramedy, which I didn't even know was a category, but I guess it is. We're about to start filming a new one, so be on the lookout for this one. Yeah. It's called Joint Custody.
Joint Custody, okay.
When it drops. Yes. And I'm just going to tell you, when you look for me, picture Otis for Martin.
Okay.
Yeah, Otis the security guard for Martin.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, so you gonna play that role?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the role I picked up. So
no doubt, man. Y'all check
so
out
I'm about
that
to act
movie,
the fool.
man. Y'all check out my guy.
Yeah, I'm about to act the fool
man.
now.
I can't wait to see you out there, man. Appreciate you, man, for calling in.
Oh yeah, I'll see you this season, brother. Don't worry about it.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, fam. That's a good call
All right.
from him.
All right, fam. Go.
Yes, indeed. That's a good call from him, man. PP long gone, and he's on Tubi. He does a wonderful job over there. He played an awesome role in that movie, so y'all check him out, man. I always love to hear people that do things like this, that's in movies, that's trendsetters, trailblazers, and everything else and beyond. Shout out to everybody, man. Okay, it was Owens. Okay, I know I saw somebody over here. Appreciate you so much for the donation. He says, let's go, Cowboys. Much love. Law, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. But before we go a little bit further into information today, check out my guys at Cowboys Experience. We do an unbelievable hosting of pre-game activities. We will have some stars out there, maybe some movie stars this year. And it is, let's check it out.
Let the Cowboys Experience introduce you to a whole new way to enjoy a Cowboys football weekend. Experience the ultimate Cowboys player and fan event at Toyota Music Factory on the Texas Lottery Plaza, making lasting memories by booking at cowboysexperience.com today.
Shout out to my guy, Jay Farm. He's in the house. 817-888-1726. That's how you purchase your tickets to be in the mix. And I can't wait to see you guys out there. And shout out to Toto's Medical, Cowboy Nation. All right, so with that being said, I have no other news to report. That's the end of the show, Dan. There's no other news to report until today's practice, so y'all be sure to check out all of that information today, and we will get things going on the way. I appreciate everybody for tuning in to this episode. Check out these guys on Saturday. I can't wait to see them. I don't think they're gonna let Parsons play or J. Ron Curse because he's not practicing, things like that. So I can't wait, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. I really appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Let me end this one. And we're going to get on up out of here. Appreciate everybody, man. Be sure to hit that like, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Shout out to you, man. Greg Fisher. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, CT, man, I can't go all the way to, 3 o'clock and all that, But I would tell you guys this right here. Be sure to understand that this team, even without CeeDee Lamb, with that cut foot, Dennis Houston, he better be looking at this opportunity. He said, hey, I get more reps. And Noah Brown, 85, he better keep it live over there. He better. Simi Fehoko, he haven't been dropping the ball. Shout out to him. Shout out to him all the way, man. Lord King, 83, appreciate you, man. Salute. Shout out to y'all, man. Verdi, thank you for being part of this one. I will have more content and information, I believe, with the UK Cowboys squad at 4 o'clock or 4:30-ish. I'll be back live here on multiple platforms, and we will be talking more and more Cowboys content. See, what we did today, we're going to split it. But y'all hold tight and keep your eyes and ears open. That's why I tell everybody, too, to be sure to pluck the notification bell.
Be sure to pluck the notification bell for more content.
Because we coming, baby. We are. And when you up against the struggles, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fall, you may conquer, see it through. Even hope may seem but futile. Then with trouble may be beset. Remember, you're facing what other legends have met. Roger Staubach, yeah, Troy, Emmett, Irv. Y'all know how this thing goes, Cowboy Nation. Keep your head high, eyes through the finish. See this thing all the way through, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing, and I mean just that, nothing but the best. Go Cowboys. Let's play this out, man. I want to see some of this right here. Not the panic button. Don't press that. Get away from that. Get it, Dak Prescott. Come on.
I imagine that right now you're feeling a bit like Alice. Tumbling down the rabbit hole.
When you pray for rain, you gotta deal with the mud too.
You could not live with your own failure.
Another one.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
Darkness is your ally.
And we about, baby. Appreciate everybody. DC for life, not for short.